27, 1st and 10. Scarborough the fake. Here comes the rush. Attoachu's got him one way, and then Tremont Jones the other.
Jerry, a big game for you. What was working with the pass rush? Because it seemed like you guys were getting a blowout almost every series.
We just had an emphasis on that, stopping the run, and then getting off the ball on the snap and trying to beat these guys.
What was it? I mean, you said it, getting off the ball. You held them to less than 100 yards passing, 100 yards rushing on the ground. How much grit?
Is an absolute beast. I am so thrilled to be able to bring on from the Denver Broncos, Mr. Jeremiah Attoachu. I know I butchered your name.
Close enough, man.
Jerry, it's so good to see you, man. Oh my gosh. Last time I saw you, Jerry, you were leading me through the San Diego at the time, Chargers locker room, letting me leave booby traps for Phillip Rivers. No, I'm just kidding. You didn't let me do that, but I wanted to. Jerry, you are the gentleman with the biggest heart of gold, and I brought you on right after Osahan because I know you guys are working together in Long Beach. Obviously, it's the off season. Yesterday, they just released the new NFL schedule. So talk to us. What is life like during quarantine? Obviously, you're training. Share some insight on the day in the life of Jerry.
It's been typically unusual. So spending about 3 hours in the morning from 8 to 11 on Zoom calls with having meetings with our coaches and just trying to make sure everybody knows what we're going to be working on once we are able to reconvene as a team.
Now, you and Osahan have obviously been working on some workouts and things like that. I'm going to share a clip here, but
one push up. Which arm? This arm first. 3, 2, 1. Lift it, lighten it. Oh shit! Hold on. There. One more. Oh shit! Hold on. 3, 2, 1. Lighten it. Gotcha. Go. Okay, hold on. 3, 2, 1. Lighten it. There it is, Jerry. 3, 2, 1. Lighten it. There you go. 3, 2, 1. There it is. Okay. One push up. One push up. There you go. Very good.
So y'all aren't playing around over there, man. You guys are in the thick of it. I don't care that you may not have the fancy facilities in Los Angeles, of the teams or anything like that. You're clearly not Tom Brady getting in trouble in Tampa Bay, going to the facility and practicing. How are you, your teammates, really staying abreast with this and, using this time to certainly level up? Because that's absolutely what we love to showcase.
I think it's just really being dynamic, taking the time to really focus on the most important things, be it family, organizing your personal life, mental health has been of emphasis, during this off season, and then just finding ways to train. I'm in the gym in that video, but I've been outside at parks. I've taken a general interest in just walking and just doing normal things that, we got so used to not doing. I think quarantine has really made, everybody appreciate certain free gifts of life more.
We've got some fans out here, it seems like. We got Casey Healy saying, hey, what a beast. Absolutely. This gentleman is, as you saw in that video, he just crushes it on the field. Now, Jerry, you and I got introduced while you were at Georgia Tech. Talk to me a little bit. I mean, you've always stayed so humble amidst this. You as I was going back and watching some of the videos, your old coaches and things like that would always talk you up. You knew you were going to go, in the draft to the NFL. You've been through a few teams. How do you remain humble during this time? So many of us talk about, everyone's in quarantine, everyone's in the same storm, we're all in the same boat, maybe not necessarily, but everyone's weathering the same, the time that we're all in. But how are you seeing that and remaining humble? Are you staying in touch with your family? How are you giving back? I know you're so philanthropic. You have such a big heart.
That's always been a part of my life. Just knowing my background and some of the things that I encountered coming up, moving to this country at 8 years old and growing up in Washington, D.C. So I definitely appreciated a lot of things and people in my life that, added value or were just positive influences, be it coaches and students at Georgia Tech that I would meet, and then going into the NFL wasn't really a goal of mine. Leaving high school, I just wanted to get a full ride to college. But I think I was so much more focused on my work ethic and my character and the spirit behind everything that I was doing, and making sure that was right, and going after the right things with the right intentions. And it wasn't really about money or popularity or anything. It was just like, how hard could I work, and I think that's, at the end of the day, that's what life is about, and whatever you're doing, and appreciating the people that are part of your process, making sure that you're leaving a good example and a good light wherever you go. For me, it's been all the teams that I've played for in the NFL, the different cities I've been blessed to be able to live in this great country. Going to college in Atlanta, Georgia, being able to leave an impact there, and also philanthropy, in Nigeria through my sickle cell foundation has been really, big for me. Being able to give back that way for something that affects me personally, with my sister having the disease, has been a blessing to me, and has been kind of what has continued to fuel my career, for 7 years.
That's incredible. That's where you draw your will from. I think that's so powerful, and something that a lot of people, everyone has their own circumstances. We may be in different cities right now, but you're still able to connect. You're still able to draw on those things that make you you. And you're somebody that is so humble. And thank you so much for being on and chatting with us. What are we most looking forward to this season on your side? What can we grant? Obviously, a season. Let me start with that. Obviously, a season. But you have any personal goals?
No personal goals. Typically, I try to be the best me I could be. I think for me personally, this season, I think relationships are big for me this year. Coming off quarantine, I know a lot of people are going to be dealing with some, mental health things, and I know I myself, have dealt with some things. Just being alone, not being able to see the people that you love the most. So I think the relationship with my teammates, valuing, taking interest in people's lives outside of just, being business and just, coming in and how are you doing? Oh, I'm good. Really, really sitting down and trying to talk to people and connect with people. And, I walk into a locker room, I'm around 300 people every day. So I think I really look forward to being able to interact and reconnect with people coming out of quarantine, and, building my camaraderie with my teammates. And, I think that will help us, because we're a very talented team. So I think that will help us get to the next level when it comes to how we play on the field.
Well, I do hope that there is a season, and I will be rooting for you aside from November 8th, should we play. I will look forward to seeing you back here against my Atlanta Falcons and Mercedes-Benz, should fans be allowed. But we'll figure that out. But thanks so much, Jerry. All the best to you, and continue doing you.